Yeah. Secret Society Productions. Do them and I'll just do me. Do them and I'll just do me. Masons think they added, blacks think they national. Celebrating King's speeches at the Capitol. Don't have rights, so they act like an animal. Thinking they the baddest in the dead status. Won't listen when I say they brown, not black. Don't think they sound like a clown on crack. Won't realize since their third eyes closed. Don't realize they waste money on clothes. Children with ashy knees, most are obese. Moms don't cook but order pizza with cheese. And buckets of the clothes, chicken is finger licking. Till your arteries is ticking, heart stop ticking. They wanna play the blame game, but it's too late. Most still don't learn till it's too late. I'll let them do them and I'll just do me. Stay watching DVD lectures and fun TV. Let the dead do them and I'll just do me. My order of the day is still nationality. Let the dead do them, I'll just do me. Stay watching DVD lectures and fun TV. I'll do me and let the dead do them. Mixing their trees with the cigarette blend. I'll do me and let the dead do them. Accepting a slave brand to identify them. I'm on Bangkok, can't believe they so dead. Talking without thinking, brainless heads. Aimless threads, if you're black you're a slave. Instead of humbling, they delete me from their page. Calling me names, but that's no bother. Most are the return of emergency fund robbers. Pushing the I'm black to cause friction. That's when I agree and I'm in the jurisdiction. They want me Morisco and at the disco. Caravana isn't carnival, no more calypso. The problem's not the world, but the people in it. Abusers of authority got the people timid. Not behind the wheel, but giving themselves limits. Things I say make pop eyes without spinach. Too much dead to wake up, work can't finish. The first Jews weren't black or their language Yiddish. Let the dead do them and I'll just do me. My order of the day is still nationality. Let the dead do them, I'll just do me. Stay watching DVD lectures and fun TV. I'll do me and let the dead do them. Mixing their trees with the cigarette blend. I'll do me and let the dead do them. Accepting a slave brand to identify them. The dead will do them like they've always done. Won't change unless in front the barrel of a gun. Won't change though Barack said it's that time. Youths killing each other, same content in their rhyme. Rappers mislead, situations critical. When we write that spelling spells or rituals. You might think not, I suggest every thought that you think should be done very careful. Before you give me an earful, my reply to kinda make your ears tearful. Stomach butterflies won't wonder why. Just accept the message from me from the Most High. That's why most die, cause they don't listen. Nicene Council Conference made you a Christian. Wicked Khalees got circling Kaaba fictions. All law is from my heart, they say black Egyptian. Causing separations and black divisions. Brown faces frontline on attack missions. The plot thickens, but it's thin perceptions. Got them spending less time on Charlie than Inception. Voting for candidates whose motive direction is to keep us at risk in priority sections and make us have an altered perception. Decepticons got Autobots with deceptions. Let the dead do them and I'll just do me. My order of the day is still nationality. Let the dead do them, I'll just do me. Stay watching DVD lectures and fun TV. I'll do me and let the dead do them. Mixing their trees with the cigarette blend. I'll do me and let the dead do them. Accepting a slave brand to identify them.
I'm getting emotional, thinking under the pressure of the oppressor. We got to do it, got to make everything better. We only got, so let's join together.
Gone are the days of some rest. Where are the days of less stress? Where are the days of calm unification? Fez and turban, the whole nation. I know what dirty moors, yeah. I know what dirty moors did to Drew Ali. I'm saying I know what dirty moors did, I know what dirty moors did. I'm going to dirty rappers, lynching dirty moors too. Hiding literature that Drew wrote to warn you. They claim to make you Muslim and make you sovereign. With paperwork and filings, you see out there robbing. They don't care about his words, throw it out like garbage. Or throw it at you when you're active, not passive. When they want to talk about like off a trampoline mattress, treat them like a vamp or a teen actress. Get stabbed with the brand like a mean savage. This inquisition divine, all others average. Millennium renaissance, heroes in our classes. Fed with the czar controlling fascists. Ask if they heard about Moors, they say no. But Masons, they obviously know. Down to handshakes and rituals with skull and bones. They even know about owls burning Bohemian Grove. I know what dirty Moors did to True Ali. I know what dirty Moors did. I know what dirty Moors did. I know what dirty Moors did to True Ali. I know what dirty Moors did. I know what dirty Moors did. I know what dirty Moors did to True Ali. I know what dirty Moors did. I know what dirty Moors did. I know what dirty Moors did to True Ali. I know what dirty Moors did. Dirty Moors killed Drew. I read the FBI papers. I'm loyal Moors, emergency fund rapers. Moorish literature and divine ballot changes. Might as well say Drew Ali was born in a manger. Prophet puts poison aside and his food smelled danger. Got me treating every Moor like a stranger. Grand sheep pumpkin, stumbling drunk in their fed. What was proclaimed for every meeting was not read. Some Moors are so active, prophet can't be dead. Thanks Moorish teachers away, I can't be led. Actions speak that I consider what's said. And what's said was study, then study yourself. Honest to the prophet over True Ali. I know what dirty Moors did to True Ali. Everybody wants to be just like True Ali. But nobody wants to care about True Ali. Everybody wants to be the man. Or the woman. But they don't want to give honors to Noble Drew Ali. Oh yeah. Happy solstice to all the Moors out there who know what time it is by looking to the sun, not their watch. Honors to all the Moors. Longest day of the year. Of course they got the cloud stuff going on out here. The fake cloud stuff. Of course. If you have any questions, just put it in the chat. Any questions at all about any topic, any content, just put your questions in the chat. So we got the audio. We got the audio of these dirty traders. These dirty traders called, identifying themselves as Indigenous North American Republic. These are Moors who used to be in our temple, used to bring out their camera equipment, film our Noble Drew Ali days and film our classes and all that stuff, and then apparently we were a church. We weren't doing stuff right. So they left our temple and then they started their own thing. And some Moors came to us about a year after they started their own thing. A couple Moors came to us, just on a one-away, because some Moors have honor. Some Moors aren't backstabbing traders. So they came one away. They called a meeting. They want to talk to you Moors about something, but we don't want to really talk about it openly. We met, and then they let us know that these Moors who left are backdooring us. So they're going to Moors who were in the temple and making it seem as if them connecting with other Moors in the temple after they left is about carry on the works of Noble Drew Ali and whatever. But these Moors who had honor, they realized, well, why are you telling me 500 to come to my house and build? Like, what do you mean you're... Okay, so, you call me up. What's good? No, nothing, just chilling. Just studying. Oh, you're studying? Yeah, man, we're studying. What can we come over? We got some information about the... Yeah, come on over. You come over here
And I'm telling you, after we finish eating and drinking and smoking and all that stuff, after all that stuff, I'm telling you, oh yeah, this was a consultation. So that's 100. That's 100. Right? Then I get a call. Rosmariah Bay? What? I never get calls from her. I never get calls from her. Rosmariah Bay? Yeah, we're just calling because some Moors out there called us, and they're saying that they're the authority in Canaanland and that we're not the authority, and that they want Great Seal to make them nationality cards and stop making nationality cards with Canaanland. So we just want to let you know, if you know these people. Oh, those guys? Yeah, we know them. Don't give them jack. But you know, don't worry. But don't give them jack. Make up whatever you want. Now, of course, she rode with, well, we know you're the authority out there or whatever, so, you know, we're just going to let them know that, well, we only deal with Grand Sheik Kudro. Don't deal with any other Moors out there. Because we're not out there, he is. Then they put up a website, and Khalifa Media designed the logo for Moorish law. And then Canaanland Moors saw a logo and said, hey, we're going to start a law department. So, you know, could we use that logo for the thing? Yeah, sure, why not? You know, we're all family or whatever. No big deal. I'm not doing nothing with it. How they put up a website and then they're using the logo that isn't theirs. And then when they get a cease and desist to not use the logo, they still use the logo. Now here's where the fraud people called Moorish Consular Court or whatever is supposed to come in. And Res Publica and all these so-called government whatever for the Moors. Right? So this is what should be going down. So because Noble Drew Ali, since we honor Noble Drew Ali and all that stuff, told Moors, don't go to European courts against your brother. Don't call Europeans on your brother, none of that stuff, right? That would mean that this has to be solved another way. It can't be solved with nothing happening. A Moor does something dirty and then nothing happens. So our pattern of knowing that nothing's going to happen to dirty Moors. Nothing's going to happen to them. Because one, the people are punks, because there's no way you're going to do me dirty and nothing happen. It's impossible. It can't be like that. Because we know for a fact that we can't go out there and strangle dirty Moors, because their family who are Negroes or whatever are going to press charges on us and all this stuff. We just talk about them and expose them with hopes that the word gets out that these people are dirty and people stop messing with them, and then eventually they just dry up because ain't nobody supporting them. And we kill them that way. Because dirty Moors have to die. That's the only way that we can get some stuff done. Because it's not getting done if there's dirty Moors around. And remember, we can't call the European on our brother. Who Noble Drew Ali said, don't call him a nigger, call him a dirty Moor. But then they weren't charging 10 grand for packages in Noble Drew Ali's time. This is beyond dirty Moors. They're niggers, actually. Low down, dirty, coon, sellout, traitor, niggers. This is what they are. Oh, Kwame Brown calls them go along, get along gang, if you've been watching him. The dirty niggers who keep selling us out, that's who Kwame Brown's talking about it, but he's not going to say it like that because, you know, he's only at Geechee. He hasn't got to the level that he's Moorish American and this is his land for real, for real. So we put these people on blast every chance we get. Even when people tell us, oh, well, you know, don't say anything about, don't worry, we're just not going to mention your name. But we're going to talk about it. Because we can't kill dirty Moors. We're not going to go out and kill and murder dirty Moors. Because you just can't. Because their family is going to call the European on you. Because they're nigger. And they're going to go snitch, and now you're doing 20 years because you killed a dirty Moor. When all you had to do was just have your X-Acto knife, cut his clothes off in the street and make him walk home. He'll learn after that. You don't have to kill him. Kill them with kindness. Kill them with intelligence. Kill them with exposure. You know, like sun kills people because you're exposed to it and you shouldn't be. Okay? Be the sun and let dirty Moors be the people burning. Go put a jacket on in the summer. That's your judgment. That's your judgment. 50 degrees Celsius, but you have to wear a North Face. That's your punishment since we can't kill you. So where consular court and these people come in is that a Moor supposed to be able to go over to them, hey, I'm Moorish American or whatever like that. How much is it to file a suit? Because you guys are court, right? You guys say you're a court. So if you say you're a court, then I can file papers here to sue people. But of course we don't have that. Because of these same traders who were around during Noble Drew Ali's time that they were shooting out with dirty Moors. Where do you think Nation of Islam got that stuff from about creating the atmosphere and we handle our traders how we handle them? Because those ones were the traders of Drew Ali. And they're a fraud. They can't handle anything about anything because they're black. They're black Asiatics. They don't have a nationality. They can't handle their own affairs. They're lying. They don't have a government. So all these traders around you now, 2021, you don't even know where to go. You don't even know who's real. People got fezzes on, telling people file UCC ones. People have fezzes on telling people 10,000 for a package of papers. Papers, you know, let's say the package is 500 pages. If the package is 500 pages, a page costs 10 cents to print. Tops. If you're doing 500 papers, you might even get it for 5 cents or 4 cents a page. 10 grand? And you're not up in arms? You're worried about some European? And you're not worried about these people out here telling our people 10 grand? And then pay for whatever it is. Whatever they're supposed to do doesn't get done, and then they don't give the money back? That's why we said that our people, whether they're Moors, whether they're Hebrews, whether they're black, African, whatever they call themselves, they have become the lovers of traders and sellouts. And I'm moving toward the direction that this is something set up. This idea of our people loving traders, because that's all they ever knew. Everybody from 1930s, they're pretty much not on the planet. So you don't have any reference point about how real Noble Drew Ali stuff was, how real Garvey stuff was. You have a reference point for that? Because they destroyed all the documentation for you to know what's up. You have a couple pictures showing you UNIA parade. How are these Negroes just walking down the street in 1920s? Nobody bothering them? They can have a parade? Thousands of people? Asiatics? And then you have to ask yourself, so were they doing like these traders today and going and getting permits from the city? Oh, there was no cities back then. Okay, so who were they going to have a parade down the street? If their mindset is where their mindset is at, and they were able to do all that, have parades and all this, this is during the time when Negro can't have anything, Negro complaining about racism at the exact same time. And then 2021, you think you're woke or whatever like that. You come into your senses and you're telling me about Farrakhan and somebody to listen to? Where you been? Who taught you? You're telling me all these 5 mansions and 50 cars conscious people? That's who we're supposed to, those are the people who we're supposed to listen to. They just told you that U.S. can't even spend finance in other countries. Do you know you can't spend U.S. notes in other countries? Other countries are saying we don't want that. Oh, you just came yesterday? Oh no, they've been saying that for 10 years. Moors came up here for Canaanland barbecues and went to the store to put down. They're like, no, we don't want that. This 5 years ago. They were taking U.S. notes out here. But if it's that worthless, if this is all about being on the private and file the thing so you can have the right and then discharge the debts and then you can do this all stuff. If that's the case, then why are you paying them? Shouldn't they just be giving this stuff up? If they're your brother and they know something more than you? Shouldn't they just be like Taj Tariq Bey? Bags under his eyes, 11 p.m. Giving these people 70 years old. Didn't put out his Cash App one time. Not once to mention Cash App or PayPal or none of that. Shouldn't they be like him if they're gonna be, about putting this out and all that stuff, Like, you have to realize that you've been a traitor lover. Pretty much if you're listening to anybody except Garvey and Drew Ali. Pretty much. If you listen to anybody else, you're a traitor lover. Because we know Drew Ali met Garvey, and that stuff was going to be united if both of them were out. If Marcus Garvey didn't get deported and Noble Drew Ali didn't get assassinated, what do you think would have happened between the Moorish movement and the Garveyite movement, the UNIA? You think that would have been some Moors and some universal Negroes? Yeah, right. If Drew Ali's not letting his mom through, Drew Ali was not going to let Garvey through. How you think he could come back and tell you in the Quran that this guy is John the Baptist? Because he got schooled. Then as soon as time to get him out, plaintiff in error, defendant in error, court in error, and just get him out of here. Because he had the other few million Negroes. That all those people would have been nationalized. And then they would have been nationalized and coming in. Right? Nationality as a mindset, not that they're Negroes. And their nationality would have been Moorish, which would have tied them to the land, which they couldn't even try to pull off a Black Wall Street and all that BS. They couldn't try to pull off a Move 9. Not doing no Move 9 on Moors. The little brothers in the little brothers in New York with the rape stuff and all that. That stuff not happening. First of all, these young people wouldn't have been like dumbasses running up and down in the park doing dumb stuff. We start there. It wouldn't even been in their mind to go run through the park in the night throwing bottles at people and doing dumb stuff. Because they would have had standards. I haven't seen any Chinese doing dumb stuff. Only our people. They played you, and then you started chasing them. They're a traitor. They're a sellout. And you've been backing them.
Have you actually given back the people that you owe?
That's not the topic right now.
No, that is my topic.
Pardon?
That is my topic.
Well, that's not what we're talking about here.
That is my topic.
Well, you can't bring no topic.
Give them back their money and their documents. Oh, God. Thank you. What is your answer? Now.
Mr. Kennedy,
I got your tongue.
Mr. Kennedy, this
Yes,
is
yeah.
really not appropriate. This is not the platform for anything.
Cat got his tongue. Of course Cat got his tongue. Because the whole concept of the public-private is so you can't talk about the BS that they do to you after. That's what the public-private stuff's about. Public-private's not something how you're looking at it. Public-private is so that the traders, after they rob you, right? After they rob you, you can't talk about it. because it's quote unquote private. That's supposed to be a red flag when you hear them talk about, as soon as they talk about, oh yeah, the private trust of the private this and that, immediately in your mind know that when they talk about private, it's so that you can't talk about it after they rob you. The confidentiality agreement. This is birthrights. What confidentiality of what? Shouldn't be doing any BS anyways to even be signing nothing like that. You think it's a game. It's not a game. You're late. The boat has left the dock. You're talking about treading water in a shark-infested water. Why are you even in the water? How do you even miss the boat? What are you just doing in the water? Just in the middle of the ocean? You're just in the middle of the ocean? Sharks are on you? Jellyfish just around you? How you get in the middle of all the jellyfish? When are you going to check yourself for being a trader lover and not having any honor? All you do is just love traders. And it's going to continue because, this is Stockholm Syndrome. People aren't getting out of this. Better save yourself and find some other Moors and help save them. Anybody who doesn't have a nationality is treading water in bushes. Anybody who doesn't have a nationality, they're in the clouds treading water. Recognize, you better save yourself, because all that the people been following is traitors. Everybody who was around the black leaders that got martyred, how come they became popular guys after them? So what would have happened if Khalid didn't get murdered? After he told all these NBPP people, I'm a Moor. Got sense enough to know I'm a Moor. What was going to happen after all that? You think he was going to say that and then go back to talking about black people and all that stuff? Really? That guy? You think he wasn't all the way in? If he's going to say that? But then he gets murdered. And then all of a sudden people are popular. Then he traced back and it was the same thing that happened with El Hajj or whatever. It's like, hold on a second. El Hajj was going to be popular, and then they made Muhammad Ali popular to replace El Hajj. And then one's dead and one goes on to be champion guy. But then he realized that it was BS and left them. And then you're talking about, yeah, greatest boxer of all time. Well, he dissed the NOI. So how come you're not dissing him? Oh, right. You're with the traders. You're a trader lover. You're a trader lover. Just like we said, Morish, the boat has left the dock. The boat has left the dock. This is just where it's at. Right? Why is stuff crazy out there? because people don't have a nationality, so they have no honor, so they're a traitor. That's just the balance. Where you at is the question. Where you at? You gonna keep following the traitors, or you gonna honor your prophet?
Question is this. So please, would you mind not taking over our meeting? And would you like to stand down?
Moors sell people out because no one kills the Moors who are the sellouts and the traitors, just like every other country. In any other country, all these black conscious whoever's that are out right now, all of them, name one. All the conscious whoever's that are out there right now that aren't telling you about nationality and they're telling you about everything else is a traitor, and they would be hung because it's criminal what they're doing. It's not civil what they're doing, it's criminal. It's international war crimes that they're doing. It's a war crime to denationalize somebody. The nation is weak because good Moors see dirty Moors and do nothing. That's why the nation's weak. The nation's not weak because we don't have power. The nation's weak because that's why we said, whether you call yourself Moors, black, whatever, you fell in love with the traitors, and now you're paying for it. Everybody else gets rid of their traitors, so they don't have these problems. We don't. That's why we have these problems. It's infiltration. It's Sun Tzu. This ain't no stuff they don't know what they're doing. What are we doing is the problem. What are we doing? What is every individual Moor doing? Just chilling, doing nothing? You active? You taking care of your children? You know what I mean? Feeding the homeless? You taking care of your wife? Respect your mom? Like what's every individual doing? And that's up to every individual because it's their birthright. Got nothing to do with me. Once you're not violating my rights, we're good. You're a Moor. Like, what we got? We got issues about what? Why would we have issues if we're Moors? Oh yeah, we have issues because we fell in love with traitors. We fell in love with the ones who were sent to us. We're not in love with the ones who are organically good people and honorable, and they have morals and they have standards, and they're not just gonna do something crazy to somebody. Most times they're working toward making the world better, however they can, in their own way. And why is it there's people who trying to make the stuff worse? You know? Like I can see there being a field of the most beautiful flowers, so you pick one. There's one flower. You don't pick the one flower. Come on now. That's rather selfish.
Thank you.
No, I'm not standing down.
You are pushing.
I was hiding. You're disrupting. Yes. This is why you remove yourself.
Right? Right? So these people are on a call, right? All over the world. They've been on a call for the past year or whatever like that. For the past year, they've been on a call. Someone who's also been on the call for the past year that's been dealing with these people or whatever like that came on and said, before we start talking about this class and information and all this stuff, some people need their money back, because I'm hearing some crazy stuff, and I just want to say that whoever got the money should give the money back, because this is just getting absolutely crazy. Nah, you can't come here. This isn't the platform to talk about that. We're here for class. You're disrupting. That's falling in love with traders. That's what we're talking about. Because how don't you want to hear? How come I don't know that somebody even paid money for something? What the hell's going on? You want to know what's going on? But because there were some honorable people, because there were some people who said, actually, yeah, what the hell is going on here? You know what? Let's just try to at least let this be heard. Let's let them say what they have to say, even though, you know, nobody's ever heard about this before, and it sounds pretty crazy. But let's give them the opportunity to speak. Right?
Family. If I
Yes. Let's get to the bottom of the situation.
I've alerted Brother Cameron that there are some causes for concern that might be raised here today. So our brother is expecting it. And, you know, something like this is very difficult to deal with. And I do know that there was a meeting yesterday and that it was suggested that it continues to today. So can I just ask, you know, anyone that's got any concerns, if they raised it, and give Cameron the opportunity, please, just to respond, but that it is raised in a way that, you know, we can deal with it as a family, okay? So please give Cameron the opportunity to respond to any questions or points that may be raised. And Mr. Kennedy, if you can introduce yourself and say who you are.
And fair use. Fair use. Because if they go ahead and they call the European on your brother, Kudroel, because he put out some class that he wasn't part of and all this stuff, and this is their private stuff, that should let you know something. If the IG gets shut down again because some traitor going and snitching, there's no way that our YouTube has 17,000 subscribers for the past 3 years. There's no way. It's impossible. Because I get the things of people who subscribe. And for sure we've been past 17,000. 3 years on 17,000 subscribers? You don't think something's going on? Like how we have our YouTube for the past 10 years. And in the past 3 years, we've been only at 17,000 subscribers. But everybody's woke. And the consciousness is raising of the whatever. Okay, so if consciousness is raising, that means more people than back then should be on this info. Or at least learning something. I don't think I'm wrong in that mindset. So that means the numbers should be going up faster. So when you see all the stuff go down, just remember, because you've been following traders, and you continue to follow traders and listen to traders and support traders and sponsor traders and sanction traders, and you support your own enslavement like a dummy, big dummy. So fair use.
Made aware that some concerns would be raised, but just not sure who by. But yeah, please introduce yourself and let us know what your concerns are.
I am a member of the community. I'm also a Moor, and I don't appreciate what is going on.
Rise up, brother. Kennedy. I would say for the family, because most of the family are here now, we're giving the platform to talk. I mean, if you're making a claim, I would like you to adjust the situation. You're saying you're more in a noble way, and kind of let us kind of know what's going on, because the platform is here, brother Cameron is here, and he would like to, adjust the situation so without this happening again. So if you could adjust the situation properly, so he could answer you for the answers that you need, because we're here now, and we might as well sort it out. Give thanks.
He owes Kim and Stacy their money and documents. He has to return the particulars ASAP. Thank you.
So my brother, is
Yep.
Kim and Stacy available to make this claim and talk to brother Cameron about the situation at the moment?
Yes, I'm present.
Okay. We'll take the floor then, Empress, because this is your situation. You'll be more better to talk about the situation and give thanks.
Yes, sir. Greetings, everyone. My name is Stacey J. And formally, I would just like.
Oh no, this is not some sad to hear stuff or whatever. This is some, at least you know now that people are traders. So you correct yourself instead of keep supporting traders. As soon as they put finance on it, they're a trader. As soon as they don't mention Noble Drew Ali, they're a trader. As soon as they tell you one thing out this side of the mouth and then another thing out the side of the mouth and then another thing out the middle of the mouth, they're a trader. As soon as they just came yesterday and then they know everything, they're a trader. The pattern has been for us to follow traders. That was a psyop. We figured it out. The problem is we don't get rid of the traders. We let them chill. We give them awards. We let them talk at the podium or whatever. They're a trader. They're not honorable. So how's that look on you to all the other nations of the world? That's why, just like yesterday when we were on the walk yesterday, right? And it's always people who aren't our own, right? It's always people who aren't black people and African people. They're from somewhere else. Hey, what are you guys doing here? Like, who are you people? Nice hat. Oh, yeah, the fez. I know. Then our people, they pass us like we're invisible. Don't want to know anything. So we realized a long time ago that people who have always been Moors are going to gravitate to this. That's it. There's no one else. People who ride all these different fences, that's not really where it's at. So be happy that you know about these dirty bastards telling you about. Well, let me let them tell you.
To thank everyone for giving me this opportunity right now. I apologize in the same breath because it shouldn't have to be on this platform.
Right? Oh yeah, and all this BS, all this stuff. This is all part of the mindset of that they don't know that they're doing this. Right? We're letting you know right now what's going on right here. Right? The mindset of the trader lover doesn't mean they're not sincere because they follow traders. There's some type of support mechanism mindset that's activated. Right? El Hajj did it too. That you just call them pedophiles or whatever, and you're talking about honors to Elijah Muhammad because he taught me something. But you just said that he's a pedophile. You're talking about, right? Khalid did it. You know, honors to Farrakhan. You know, even though he didn't return my letters and he didn't do this and he didn't do that and he did honors to because they taught me in the beginning of the whatever. You just sanctioned the traitor. You know, you're talking about you're coming on here. They took whatever from you. You're coming out. Yeah, I'd just like to thank everybody and to thank Jesus and thank no. What do you mean you're having conversations and introing stuff? But again, it's not because they're insincere. This is the mindset of the trader lover. That something goes off in their mind where they can't go at the trader. They still give them honors after they sell them out.
Regretfully, I personally reached out, and a few other people have tried to reach out to Cameron and to Morris on various occasions to no avail because although, you know, business transactions were supposed to be taking place wherein money was given, you know, to be provided services, what ended up happening was neglect of responding to emails. There are, you know, multiple text messages and phone calls. And once something was, and a message was given back to me, relayed, it was through Morris, saying, Cameron said, whatever issue that I have, I need to bring it to this platform. By the time I got that message, I was very upset because I didn't just pay for an ID card, you know, for $120. I invested, I gave him $10,000 in his hand to perform two specific services for me. The first service that I had paid for in full was for the passport and nationalizing of my cousin. Upon receiving of the money, Cameron assured me that my cousin would be in the country within 3 months.
So wherever they found this sister at, however they connected with this sister, somebody in her family probably got deported or can't get a visa or whatever. Right? They're in a desperate situation to leave wherever they're at. So the dirty Moors, the traders, are saying, well, we are a government, so we can provide to you the thing that you need, which in this case would be a passport. So you pay us how much ever finance, and we'll get the passport, send it to him, and then he can do whatever he has to do. Right. Why would Moors be selling passports. Because if the card, now let's think about this. The card is 120. Right, gosh, that's what she said. I didn't just buy a nationality card for $120. I didn't just buy a nationality card for $120. I invested. So the finance that I'm giving, there has to be something at the end of that. I'm not just giving that not to get something returned, whatever it is that's supposed to be returned. And the stuff wasn't returned. Right? There was no return. So the mother wants her finance back. What's the issue? Up to recently, spoke with her and still doesn't have the finance back. But guess what? Class is still going on still. People are still listening to these individuals. Why? Because they have a trader-lover psychosis. Because it's actually psychotic to think that you're gonna love a trader. It's actually psychotic. You're gonna love a trader and give them all the flowers while they're alive, but then the martyrs, you don't care about them. They get no honors. They don't even get a flower. Ask one of these people when the last time any of these people went to Khalid's grave. Noble Drew Ali's grave. Bet you go there right now, you won't see a more there. Bet you. Somebody lives close to Burr Oak Cemetery. Just run by there and see if you see a more there. Since they honor the Prophet and all that stuff, and they live in Mecca. You're gonna see leaves and all types of stuff all over his stuff. They talk about they honor the Prophet. But the mausoleum though, over at Lincoln Cemetery, oh, woo! The mausoleum, that's just pristine. Moors go in there and mop that out. Because they love their traders. They love their traders. They're going to keep loving them.
That never happened.
Islam, what would be the initial steps of beating garnishment case? If they're already in your account, it's pretty much done for. They're already in it. So it's either you shut that account down so they have nowhere to, and then go talk to your boss, say, hey, these people are garnishing or whatever. If your boss is honorable, he'll pay you in check. Or pay you in cash under the table. So you don't have to deal with the so-called governmental whatever, which isn't a government that's garnishing you. So if they're in there, then only way is stop them from going in there. And the only way you stop them from going in there is if there's no account. Then they're going to start sending letters and stuff. But, hey, we tried to take out the 8 million and, we couldn't. You know what they do? There's the countdown. So we'll see you again sometime today. Have anything else, hit the DM. Honors to all the Moors worldwide. Peace and love to all. Honors to the Prophet. Noble Drew Ali. Honors to all mothers. Islam.